Good afternoon and welcome to the 2013 Turbo National Men's Soccer Game of the Week presented by the NSCAA and Admiral Soccer. Today's national spotlight includes the number 5 team in all of NAIA, the Ashford University Saints, versus the University of Great Falls Argonauts, right here live from Jamestown, North Dakota. They'll be hosting a 3-game set this weekend. I'm Pete Knutson, and we are live on nscaa-tv.com and on turbosports.com as well. Thank you for coming along and being a part of our broadcast. As you can see from our camera angle here, it is not the best conditions for playing soccer here in Jamestown, North Dakota. We're going to have about a 41-degree temperature at start time, and the winds coming out of the northwest will be blowing across the field. Both coaches not too happy about them starting. We could hear the referees talking about if they wanted to play or not play as they walked past our broadcast position. But as far as we know, we'll have soccer this afternoon, and we are excited about it. You're listening to live coverage of the 2013 Turbo National Men's Soccer Game of the Week presented by NSCAA and Admiral Soccer. We'll be back right after this.
Tra-la-la, tra-la, tra-la, pleasure.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time.
Welcome back once again to the 2013 Turbo National Men's Soccer Game of the Week, presented by the NSCAA and Admiral Soccer. I'm Pete Knutson here in Jamestown, North Dakota for the number 5 team in all of NAIA, the Ashford University Saints, to take on the University of Great Falls Argonauts. Let's go through some of the starters right now for both of these teams. University of Great Falls Argonauts coming into this game, having lost last night in the first of 3 games here in Jamestown this weekend. They lose in overtime 2-1 to the University of Jamestown. We'll get to see that school tomorrow in our second half of the doubleheader as the national game of the week. But here are our starters for the University of Great Falls Argonauts. They're going to play a 4-3-3 today in the back line. It's going to be Valderrama, Gutierrez, Sliwa, Mendez in the back. Peña will be in goal. And then Guillen, Cardoso, and Gonzalez in the middle. Torres and Byland will be up front for the Argos. For Ashford, the number 5 team in the nation, have a little change in goal. They'll be starting Chris Higgins. That's his first start of the season. Their typical keeper, Patrick Kinsella, has started every game. Chris Higgins has got in to one game for about 23 minutes and did not allow any goals, but didn't have any shots go at him either. So it's his first chance to start in goal for the Saints. It'll be Hoffman, Machado, Hiller, and Brown in the back line. Ramirez, Ruiz, Mota, and Almeida in the midfield. And Cirilli will be up front for the Ashford Saints. Got a chance to talk to the Ashford coaching staff before the game started, and as I mentioned before, they weren't too happy about having to play in these conditions. Had a chance to walk the field with them a little bit. It is definitely muddy out there. You can see the grass holding up nicely, but right underneath it, it is very slick. So this might just be a war of attrition today. Not quite sure how it's going to affect both of these teams. You'd think that the teams with a little bit more talent, likely this Ashford team, might come out on top, just have to kind of outlast. But once you have these conditions be sent into it, you definitely have an issue in terms of these players being able to keep their footing, and one ball goes a wrong way, and we might be looking at an upset for Great Falls. Great Falls gets out of here after today, and then tomorrow, the second half of the doubleheader will start at noon Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern, right here on the Turbo Sports Network. And you'll be able to see this Ashford team take on the host team in the University of Jamestown. Ashford comes into this game ranking 14th in the NAIA in total goals scored this season with 33. They're netting about 3.3 goals per game, which ranks 16th in NAIA men's soccer. So this is a team that has some pedigree. Ashford has also had the opportunity as well to go to a couple NAIA tournaments. They got to the NAIA Sweet 16 last year until when they were bumped from that tournament. So they definitely have had some opportunities, and head coach Richard Markham, in his 5th season with the Saints, is 66, 16, and 11. So this man knows how to win and has done a great job building a team of a lot of international players and student athletes as well, and that's been something that's boded well for his club. A lot of players from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and so those players will get an opportunity to come out and show off what they have up here is north, almost as north as you can go, up here in Jamestown, North Dakota. You see the teams taking their walk out to the middle of the field with our officials, and we'll have the national anthem here momentarily, and then we'll get ready for some soccer. Lineups coming out as well. You can see all the players trying to shake it off, trying to be as cool and calm as possible. And after we have this, we'll hopefully get ready to go. Again, this is our national game of the week here on the Turbo Sports Network. But it's a doubleheader. We're going to have a game next week, or tomorrow rather, as well. Ashford University, Ashford Saints against the Jimmies, the Jamestown College Jimmies, the host school up here in Jamestown, North Dakota. We'll send it quick to a commercial break after the anthem, and then we'll have soccer for you right here on the Turbo Sports Network in the Game of the Week. We'll be back right after this.
La, la, tra, la, pleasure.
at nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
Welcome back, and we are ready for soccer action here from Jamestown, North Dakota. The whistle is underway, and we are ready for play. Ashford University will hold the ball. They're in the white jerseys, moving from right to left on your screen. And a nice through ball up ahead, and corralled nicely by Martinez. Martinez into the box, crosses. Nice job by the Argos dealing with it, and it'll be a clearance from Great Falls. Nice job from them. Alex Mendez was back to deal with that one. But forward came Daniel Dreyer and did a nice job, at least gaining some position in the box. As you mentioned, the Great Falls Argos in the black tops and black shorts. We'll be moving from left to right on your screen as well. You can see the stocking caps are out from officials and players alike, as it is awfully cold, a 41-degree temperature to start at kickoff of this game. It's gotten colder and colder as the day has gone on. Now moving forward nicely is Degadillo for the Argos. Cross into the left corner. And some defending having to be done, but now offside flag was up. And that'll change possession right back to Ashford. You can tell they're using that speed, coming up quickly. Nice play in the box, or on the edge of the area, I should say, from Daniel Dreyer. He has 8 goals on the season. Holds up play nicely. Now back into the corner. Saints holding possession quite nicely so far. Had the better of it, and now a nice interception from the Argos, and they'll look to push the pace back up the field. You can see the bleachers on the far side of the field. No one in them, and we'll expect that throughout the day. Women's game got moved from this field to the local high school field. So they're trying not to tear up the field too much before this nationally televised game. Hopefully the field holds up nicely today, and we'll have a little bit clearer skies and warmer weather tomorrow for our second of the doubleheader, the national game of the week. Now up, here's Dreyer once again. Top goal scorer, and do we have a foul in the corner? We do, I believe, says our head official. And now an opportunity just on the edge of the area for the Saints to strike first. 42-15 left to play in the first half. To take it for Ashford will be Luis Mota. And he will look to send it in. Quite a few targets in the box. Headed away, though, by the Argos and still cleared. Not out of danger yet. It was sent back in. And you can tell with that spin in that wind, you just don't quite know where the ball is going to go. That's going to be an issue all day for both of these teams. Now here come the Argos. Back the other way. And it's Luis Torres who leads the break initially for the Argos. Saints get possession back, however, right around midfield. Now they look to advance it. So far, every attack the Argos have tried to muster has been cut out pretty quickly by the Saints. Saints have looked the more threatening team so far. You can tell players losing their footing pretty easily out there. As we've talked about so far, footing will be quite a bit of an issue. As well as wind. Wind, wetness, footing, every element you could want. We're just missing the snow. I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully I won't. But pretty much everything you can have minus snow we have here up in Jamestown, North Dakota. Saints win possession back, and they'll look to push it up. The Argos came into this game, at least came into this weekend, on a 4-game winning streak. They're 7-4 on the season. That was their first loss in 5 games last night against Jamestown in overtime, 2-1. They tried to broadcast that game locally, at least on the school's website, but were unable to because of the conditions. Just not a weekend that is boding well for soccer play. Here come the Argos. And a nice through ball. There's a cross in front and picked up by Higgins. the new goalkeeper for the Saints. Chris Higgins, the junior out of Glasgow, Scotland. And again, only has 23 minutes of goalkeeping thus far this season. Patrick Kinsella has had the lion's share of that time. Saints with possession now. And bringing it up the left wing. That ball a little bit too far for Lucas Almeida. And the Argos get possession back. Both teams trying to feel each other out in the first 6 minutes. And now the Saints have a potential for a breakaway. Here's Almeida once again on the left wing. Now he's going to cut it back up. And looking for a through ball. And it's deflected out for a corner kick, our first corner kick of the game. It's Javier Ramirez wearing the number 8. He usually wears number 30. But he's the one who's able to earn the corner kick for Ashford. It'll be taken by Luis Mota. Puts it in. It bounces once in the box quite dangerously, but it's cleared away. Not out of danger yet. Argos trying to get away with it. And eventually it goes out for an Argo throw. Dangerous when you let that ball bounce once in the box, either off a corner kick or a long throw. Usually spells danger for the defense, but the Argos do a nice job clearing. Saints win possession back. And now another break is possibly on. Runners coming into the box for the Saints. The edge of the area, cross no good. Onside, here's a play back. Here comes the shot, and it is deflected by the Argos. Once again, Javier Ramirez gets back to the cross pass from the end line. Was unable to get good foot on it and was deflected away by the Argos. Argos playing defense often and early here in the first 7 minutes of the game. Argos now have an opportunity, and there's once again another showing of how the footing is going to affect these teams today. Just unable to get a really good boot on that ball. Come the Argos. Slowly but surely building up play, holding possession quite nicely. Into the right wing. And now it's cleared away by the Saints. Eventually. And now a break potentially. Be out for a throw. Argos are going to play through the defense, try to build up possession. You could see them trying to do this in the first few minutes of the game. Just trying to establish themselves against the number 5 team in the nation. I've seen a couple opportunities for shots as more of the sliding and diving going on about 40 yards away from box. Here we go. Now the Argos coming in. A beautiful pass and an opportunity may be wasted. Passed out to the left wing. Saints try to clear. Argos still with it. Now cleared away by Ashford. Great Falls with some nice possession in the box, but just unable to get anything out of it. Of course, we know the Argos playing that 4-3-3 formation have a little bit more opportunity for some creativity. There's a great pass, changing the field of play, and now a shot cleared away by the Saints. Saints having to do some defending. A header comes in. A beautiful save by Higgins off the bar. And now it's turned away by the Saints. Oh my, the Argos have the best first opportunity of the game. Is a great save by Higgins. Bounces back out. The rebound wasn't dealt with. And then a shot off the bar. Oh my. Great Falls almost with the shocking goal here early in the first 10 minutes of the game. Now here come the Saints. Saints pass in once again, trying to find someone in the box, but are unable to. And the Argos get possession back. They're going to attack down the right side this time. Now another ball sent in, headed away by the Saints. It'll go out for a throw. Now the rain letting off a little bit out there on the field. Still pretty cold, but not raining quite as hard as it was right before game time. Throw comes in. And once again, it's cleared by the Saints. For the last 4 or 5 minutes or so, the Argos have really put their stamp on this game. Showed that they're not going to go away quietly. Finding some space up the right side. Every time they've changed positions or changed the field of play down to the right, they've seen some success. Saints are able to get possession back, and now a long ball forward. We've seen this a few times from them so far. Haven't really wanted to go through the midfield. It's basically been from defender to attacker the entire way. Still misting out there a little bit. But getting a little better. In terms of the conditions, but I don't think it's going to really get too much better throughout. Now a nice ball sent into the box, headed away, then cleared, but not out of danger yet. Here's Cardoso. Unable to really get a good pass in, and now the Saints might have an opportunity. Argos are able to get to it, and they'll hold possession once again. As I mentioned, the Saints come in as the number 5 team in the nation as a foul is called. Now a free kick for the Argos on the left wing. Not only are they 14th in the nation in terms of total goals scored, they also have 24 assists on the season, which ranks them 16th among all teams in NAIA. So they've had that going for them as well. But so far, Great Falls has really been the story. They have had the better share of possession and have played much better. Now a ball forward. An opportunity maybe for the Saints, not quite. Argos still with possession. Send in a long ball. They're able to get possession back once again through Cardacio. Now a ball sent in. Higgins comes out for it. It's cleared away, however, by the Saints, at least for the time being. And really, the pressure has been on almost for 10 minutes now from the Argos. Nice ball forward. He is onside, but it's well defended, and you can see the size differential back there. In defender versus attacker for the Saints versus the Argos. Sliding challenge from behind. Well done. And the Saints win the ball back momentarily. They're trying to clear it out of danger, but have just been unable to so far. Still trying to get it out. But the Argos, seems like they have 13 or 14 men on the field. The way it's gone in the first quarter of an hour. 29:50 left to play. in this first half. Scooped up by Higgins, and that's going to at least end the danger for now. Out of play, but we'll have a throw for the Saints. It has been a bit of a thrown together game. We were just talking with some of the SIDs and field management folks here, and Great Falls showed up about 5-10 minutes before game time. Must have warmed up in an off-site location. That was apparently good enough for them. They did not want to be out in the elements at all before this game. Now a cross in, and a header just glances off the head, and now a shot. Shout for maybe a handball. No, not given, and Great Falls is able to deal with the pressure for now. Now the cross came in, and it went toward Javier Ramirez, and he was unable to get a good piece of his head on it. Nil-nil our score, 28:03 left to play in the first half. Wind continues to whip up. As I mentioned, the rain has let off a little. It's still misting. It's been misting pretty much the entire day. Let up for maybe a bit 3-4 hours before the game, and then downpoured. Or not quite downpoured, but picked up quite a bit an hour before the game or so, and now it's back to a steady miss. Going for the chip shot from a bit of distance, no good there, and it'll be a free kick, or a goal kick rather, to our goalie Jose Pena for the Argos. We had some substitutions there. Some of the Ashford players walking off, both Luis Mota and Murilo Cerulli get a chance, a little breathing time here. A few minutes in. Official has spotted some sort of infraction, and they want him. They want Pena rather to take the goal kick once again. Have fun finding a fresh patch of grass to take that goal kick from. It looks pretty good on camera. It looks pretty good from a little ways away, but once you start walking out on the field, it's definitely a bit muddy and a bit treacherous. Officials said we were good to go, and we are good to go. And haven't seen too many players lose their footing as of yet. They've been playing a little careful, though, I would say, throughout the first 15-20 minutes or so. Yeah, here comes Ashford, sliding challenge. Nice header, though, and here come Great Falls. Moving up the right wing. Here comes Gillen. Lays it off, and now an opportunity as Guillen puts it in. Ashford tries to clear. Almost falls to another Great Falls player. Who's going to get to it? Here are the Argos. Still with possession, given away cheaply. Here comes Ashford. Nice first touch. Well done by Dreyer. Ashford trying to build up possession, similar to their counterparts. Ashford have done it a little bit more through counterattacking. And Great Falls has been more than happy to build up the play, change the field of attack, try to look for the last pass or two in the box. And now you see that muddy spot right on that left side of the field. Claims another victim in Dreyer, and that is not going to be a good spot to attack through, as that one's cleared away rather by Great Falls. Sliding challenge from behind. Well won by the Argos. That might give them an opportunity to break. Right about at midfield, it's starting to get pretty muddy as well. Has not taken too long for this field to feel the effects of the weather that Jamestown has been getting the past couple days. There's a threat for a moment. There might be some snow here as that ball goes into the box. Ashford doing a nice job intercepting when they have to. A little bit of last-ditch defending, however, from the Saints. Usually if you're last-ditch defending this early in the game, doesn't bode well for the result. Once again, not a lot of pressure being put on the midfielders either for the Argos, as the Saints just haven't been able to get much on it. Now a shot just over the bar. Put in nicely, however. What a nice shot from Degadillo. Had a bit of an angle, and he tried it. Tried to go far post and snuck it over the bar by about a foot or two. But a good effort. Good idea. Don't forget, you can purchase a video download of any contest of this fall's Game of the Week series by heading to our website at turbosportsgroup.com. You make the order, and Turbo Sports will send you an email link so you can download the game in full for yours to keep forever. Your favorite team's playing, you get an opportunity to see a broadcast game of an NAIA Game of the Week. That's a great opportunity. Now here's the ball forward onside. Is Ashford. It's cut back, a shot put in, deflected, not a lot on it. And once again, Javier Ramirez has the perfect pass come right into his wheelhouse, and he is unable to really get much on it. He sets that left foot, and that slides right out on this turf, and then affects the right foot coming through on the shot. I believe that's the second or third time we've seen Ramirez just unable to get much on a shot, and likely because of the footing out there. This has a feeling of a game. 22-14 left to play in the first half. Here's a through ball. Onside, and here is a chance. Cut it back, and a nice grab there from Pena. It does a nice job on the through ball once again. Don't think anyone would have gotten on the end of it for the Saints, but Pena is there to clean it up. And a nice outlet pass for the Argos, and now they have an opportunity to attack. Nice left-footed ball. It's cut out, however, by the Saints. And here come Ashford, the number 5 team in the nation, once again. Played on the right, into the area. Now chipped over, and trying to get to it. He's Dreyer, but he's unable to. Kind of gave up on it quickly, but skipped on this wet grass. Once again, there's that muddy spot that we saw. Having a hard time over there was Degadillo. Well, for the good start that Ashford had, Great Falls has answered and probably had the lion's share of better chances and better possession. Ashford has had some good opportunities, however, but definitely the better opportunities have come from Great Falls. Headed away over the bar, not yet, rather, and it's deflected out of play for a corner kick. Higgins had gone down trying to make the save. The substitutes for Great Falls right in front of our broadcast position, so kind of hard to pick out who it was there who was making the run, but Higgins was definitely worried about the potential for Great Falls to open up the scoring here with 20:18 left to play in the first half. Again, thanks for tuning in to our Turbo Sports Game of the Week. I'm Pete Knutson, live from Jamestown, North Dakota. There's a shot sent in, headed, cleared, and a goal scored! Great Falls scores! And I believe it was Degadillo who put it in Eventually off of a couple of rebounds, Higgins just unable to deal with it, and neither were the defense for Ashford. And Delgadillo with another goal, and Great Falls opens up the scoring. 19:53 left to play in the first half. Not only does he open up the scoring, he puts a nice mud stain on that ball. You know who was there. Once again, no one being able to really keep their footing. Most of the jerseys now have that brownish black color for Ashford anyway, from pretty much hanging out in the mud. Now Ashford trying to answer the first goal. It is cleared away by Great Falls and not out of play. They're going to have an opportunity for potentially having a counter. And here's our goal scorer on the right wing in Delgadillo. Lays it off. Once again, Great Falls trying to move forward. They do a nice job of bringing up the defenders when they need to be there to attack and laying the back when they need to defend. Tell the defenders for Great Falls work awfully hard in their style of play. But you have to in a 4-3-3 situation. A lot of times those defenders are asked to do a bit in the offensive realm as well. Higgins scoops it up. Ashford looking to be in some trouble here. They had some good wins at the beginning of the season, did Ashford. They beat the #1 team in the nation. They've had some good wins as of late, but in talking with their head coach, Richard Markham, says they played well, but not quite as well as he's wanted them to. Had a tie here and there. They played well against some good teams, but maybe not as well against some teams that they should handle quite easily. They do come into the game, though, 7-2-1. Preseason were ranked 15th in the nation, have moved that up to #5 with some very marquee wins. And now we're looking to make that next step, but Great Falls wants to say something about it. They have the lead, 1-0 with 17:27 left to play in the first half. Again, we're going to have one more game for you tomorrow. It's at noon local time, 1 o'clock Eastern. And it'll be these Ashford Saints against the host school, Jamestown College, the Jimmies as they're called. That one should be fun. Jimmies were ranked preseason #16, but have dropped off a little bit. They were able to beat this Great Falls team yesterday, so good opportunity for them to pick up 2 wins this weekend against some good teams. Now a ball sent in very dangerously right towards Delgadillo. And he's able to lay it off as Ashford swarms around him. And again, once Ashford gets that first initial defensive stop, they just have a hard time clearing the ball. It's been difficult for them so far. Great Falls still with possession. Delgadillo on the right. Sends it in. Right-footed shot, not much on it once again. Really hard for anyone to plant themselves and get anything on those shots, as we've seen throughout. Ball went out for touch. Will be a throw for Ashford. Well, have fun trying to warm up in this weather. It is cold, cold, cold. We've seen a few fans come out, though, on those bleachers on the far sideline. And once again, Ashford going for that long ball play over the top. Looking this time for Almedia on the right side. Throw for Ashford. Corner kick for Ashford. Their second of the game. They've looked threatening from these set pieces. This might be their way back in. They try to chip it. A little cheeky chip there, but it was out of play. You can tell the wind maybe affected that one as the wind is blowing from right to left on your video screen. And was not able to get that ball anywhere close to the intended area. Here come Great Falls. Once again building up the play, asking questions of this Ashford defense. Tell there's issues with footing still. Down the right wing. Great Falls don't like what they see, so they swing the play to the left. They've done this nicely throughout the first half. Mendez controlling play on the right. Now gets it to Delgadillo on the wing, but the Saints are able, after a poor pass, to get possession back. But once again, Great Falls finds themselves on the end of it. Every time the Saints look to clear, they're just unable to do much with it. Once again, that header had to be cleared away again from Ashford. The first ball just not quite going the way of the Saints. And you have to say, with 13 minutes left to play in the first half, and Great Falls has looked like the better team. They've had the better chances. They've scored the only goal. And Ashford really needs to ask some questions of themselves. Remember, as I mentioned before, I talked to the head coach of Ashford, Richard Markham, before the game. They didn't sound too happy to be playing. They kind of felt like the field wasn't great. They're not happy about the conditions. Of course, based out of Clinton, Iowa. It's a little bit further south of here, but still used to this kind of weather in the Midwest. But I'm sure that both of these teams have not had to play in this weather at all so far this season. First real cold, rainy, wet day that they're going to have to deal with. But once October rolls around, that's usually what you have to do. You see more and more of those kind of days. Throw for the Argos. Short for Argonauts. Up in Montana. Or at least based in Montana, I should say, is Great Falls. Montana, North Dakota, and Iowa represented at this three-team weekend here in Jamestown. Both teams really trying to feel each other out, and I think not even each other, but just really the conditions. They haven't really figured out exactly what they can and can't do on this muddy, muddy field. And there, once again, you see a player lose his footing. When talking with the grounds crew, I said, you know, I'm used to a little bit more baseball and how the officials and umpires and grounds crew decide then. And when you can't make a play on the ball because the infield's too wet or the outfield's too wet, or the pitcher just can't hold on to the ball well, that's usually a good sign you shouldn't be playing. You know, we haven't seen very good footing from any of these teams, and I would think that that would be at least a pretty good sign that this might not be the best conditions to be playing in for either side. But they both have to play in them. And so it might not be great, but it's at least equal for both teams. Here come the Argos once again. Nice one-touch, two-touch passing Higgins out of goal, slides nicely to grab that one and to stop the threat. Chris Higgins getting the start and goal, his first start of the season. I didn't hear anything about any injuries to Patrick Kinsella, just an opportunity for Higgins to get a start for the Saints team. Cleared away by the Great Falls defense. They haven't had to do that too much today. They've put more pressure on this Saints defensive back line. Nice tackle over on the right wing, and now the Saints have an opportunity. Once again, footing being an issue, and now Great Falls wins possession back. Swinging down the right is Alex Mendez. Mendez looks for someone. He's going to find Delgadillo, our goal scorer. Excuse me, he's going to find Luis Torres, rather, in the right. Delgadillo has switched over to the left wing, looking for some opportunities and some chance to attack there. Under the 10-minute mark at 8:53 left to play in the first half. 1-0 Great Falls with the lead. So difficult to develop and sustain the type of play that you want to in these kind of conditions. But what we've seen so far are the Argos really putting that 4-3-3 and just showing how creative and how, at least forward thinking, they can be with that formation. See a lot of the coaches who've been around for quite a while, if they have the right athleticism and the right kind of players to play, and there's a poor sliding challenge, and we will see a caution. This caution coming out to number 6, Lee Hughes for Ashford. It was poor from behind, and he's the first man into the book for the Saints, so he'll have to be careful throughout the rest of this game. Not a good challenge, especially on this muddy turf. Everybody's got to be a little bit more careful. As the coaches did not like that call. You can hear Richard Markham, or at least I can hear him from my vantage point, that he was not happy with our official with that card. I think when it's the first foul, you hope that the official gives a little bit of leeway with how they see it, at least have a talking to before you have that card. But our head official deemed that it was dangerous enough to warrant that yellow card right out of the pocket. Now another shot from Delgadillo, and boy, he has just been all over the field so far for the Argos. All the great shots we've seen taken, the goals scored have come from him. Well done, you have to say. He has probably shown the most poise and the most aggression so far of any player on the field. 6:55 left to play in this first half. And thanks for tuning into the Turbo Sports, at least first half of the doubleheader of the National Game of the Week, NAIA National Game of the Week. I'm Pete Knutson, live from Jamestown, North Dakota. A wet, soggy, cold day, a windy day here from Jamestown. But soccer is being played, and that's why we're here. Now here come the Saints. Haven't had an opportunity in at least 10 minutes to do anything. Now through ball, cut out nicely. Once again, losing his footing over here, cleared away by Great Falls. It was Ruiz who was trying to make a play, but just unable to really solidify that footing. Throw in comes to Ruiz, makes a nice move, And now is to the edge of the area. Puts the ball in. Left-footed cross. No one home. To get it on the end of Dreyer's cross. Eventually, though, the Saints get it back. Now it's cleared away by Great Falls. Great defending back there. Every time there's a second opportunity for the Saints, a nice tackle. Now they will say there was an advantage played, and now we had maybe an elbow or something thrown after. The official goes after a couple players. After that challenge. I don't know if there will be a caution issued here. Got a little bit chippy over on the far sideline. Haven't seen a card come out yet. And it'll just be a free kick for the Argos. That's 5:05 left to play in this first half. 1-0 Great Falls leads the number 5 team in the nation. I don't know if dominance is the word that you want to use, but it has been a dominant performance so far as that long ball comes through, allowed to bounce by the Saints. Doesn't fall to any Argo, but a dangerous ball nonetheless. As once again, the Saints just unable to get on the end of those long crosses. Seen those hurt them a few times so far. Here come the Saints up the left wing. Ball played forward. See if the Argos are able to deal with it. We're right around that muddy spot on the field on this near side. Saints still working for it. Great Falls looks to clear, and they do. And the Argos look to attack once again. Cleared by the Saints. Headed away and out for a throw to Great Falls. .350 left to play in the first half. Another foul called. No cards issued, but a free kick for Great Falls over on the right wing, near sideline. Say about 40, 45 yards away from goal. And every time they put a ball in, it's definitely asked questions of the Ashford back line. They have not dealt well with them so far, but part of that can be due to these conditions. It has been awfully tough for anyone to get good footing out on this field, and it's only going to get worse as this game moves along. Once again, a left-footed shot put in. Higgins had to dive toward the near post, and that troubled the keeper once again. We've seen some nice long shots from this Argo side. Now here come the Saints. They look to counter. This has been their way of offense today so far, has been these counter plays. And it was deflected off the Ashford foot, they will say. Well fought for by Great Falls. You can kind of feel it now from their sideline that they're starting to believe that they'll be able, or at least are knocking on the door of having a big upset here. Only 2 minutes left to play, however, in the first half. Great Falls, can they add to their lead before halftime, or will the Saints maybe be able to equalize going into the break? Long ball forward once again from Ashford. And losing his footing, another defender for Great Falls. I believe that was Sliwa trying to clear it and falling over right after he did. Well, there's not a clean jersey out there right now. Here come Ashford into the box. Cleared away on a deflection, and that'll be another corner kick for Ashford. I believe that's their third, possibly their fourth of the game. They haven't looked horribly threatening so far, though, from these corner kicks. Send in some good balls, but we have also seen some poor deliveries as well. See what they're able to get to here. Sent right into the box. It's punched away nicely by Pena. It'll still fall to Ashford, though. And now Almeida sends in a ball to the top of the area. Maybe pushed down from behind, an appeal for a penalty, not given. And Great Falls will try to look to counter with under a minute, 45 seconds left to play in the half. It's given away cheaply once again. Here come the Saints. 35 seconds left to play. Long ball, long cross, not too bad. It falls dangerously. Who will get to it? Here's Ashford with it. Turn, left-footed cross, cleared away by Great Falls. 22 seconds left to play. Will somebody be able to get to a loose ball? Here we are. Throw comes in from Ruiz. He looks to take it anyway. 11 seconds left. Ball sent in. No one closes down on the attacker. Right-footed shot, and it is saved nicely. A dive to his right, or to his left rather, from Pena. And that is our halftime horn, with Great Falls leading 1-0 on a Danny Degadillo goal just about 20 minutes into the game. We'll pause briefly for a commercial and come back with the second half of this game between Great Falls and Ashford. You're listening to live coverage of the National Men's Soccer Game of the Week presented by the NSCAA and Admiral Soccer.
Tra-la-la, tra-la, tra-la, pleasure. 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 Tra-la-la, tra-la, tra-la, pleasure.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today.
Welcome back to Jamestown, North Dakota. I'm Pete Knutson here for the Game of the Week, NAIA Men's Soccer Game of the Week on Turbo Sports, to see the Great Falls Argonauts lead the number 5 team in all of NAIA, the Ashford University Saints, 1-0 at halftime. And it all came on the foot of Danny Delgadillo, who was able to slot home a ball that had been spilled in the box by a couple of Saints defenders, as well as goalkeeper Chris Higgins. And that is our scoreline at halftime. It was quite a nice half from Great Falls, you have to say. They were able to pick up the victory last night against Jamestown University. It was a 4 o'clock start game, no lights on this field, so I got to start before it gets too dark around here. And it's pretty much been dark all day, as you can tell from our video feed here, that it has been cold, cold, cold. Started the game at about 41 degrees. It's slipping colder and colder. We're about to break that 40-degree mark and go down into the 30s. There'll be 30s all night here, but hopefully it'll be up close to 60 tomorrow. That's what the meteorologists say. It should be 59, 60 degrees and sunny. Hard to think that with how it's been so far. But one of the issues that has really plagued both teams thus far in this game has been the footing. They have not really been able to get themselves under, or to get under themselves. We've seen plenty of Saints players, plenty of their forwards, try to take some shots a little bit from distance, and have been unable to really get anything on them because they'll plant the left foot, and that'll slide out from them. So by the time they go to start the shot, there's really nothing left for them to be able to shoot at because they've fallen. We've seen a couple of spots on the field really pick up some mud as the players have been running around and turning up those particular spots. And, of course, those danger spots, as they always are right in front of the goalkeeper, as well as anywhere around or outside the 18-yard box. And so that'll be the challenge in this second half, really, is who can keep their footing. And really the way we saw the goal scored by Delgadillo was for him to just kind of put back a shot that was bouncing around in the box. Didn't take a whole lot into it, just tapped it home and took the shot and scored. I don't think we're going to see a lot of people score from distance. I could be wrong, but it has definitely been a game of attrition, a war of attrition, if you'd like to say, as this game has gone on, as both teams have just really struggled to find their footing and find their rhythm of play. If anybody did, it was the University of Great Falls, who was able to really, I'd say from the 30 minutes left to about the 10 minutes left mark in the first half, really establish themselves. You saw some really good creativity from that 4-3-3. You saw quite a few players going forward, laying the ball back, looking for the last pass. They sent in some dangerous balls into the area, and so that'll be what we look for in this second half. We are underway from Jamestown, North Dakota. The second half of play, Great Falls leading Ashford University 1-0. Great Falls in the black jerseys, moving from right to left on your screen. Ashford in the white jerseys, black shorts, moving from left to right. The wind, I'd say blowing from right to left towards the near sideline, kind of a corner crosswind, if you will, that these teams will have to deal with. And Great Falls starts off with a nice attack and a poor pass forward. Will end the attack, the pass coming from Hugo Gonzalez, trying to cut out, streaking down that left side, Luis Torres, but unable to find him. Chris Higgins, our goalkeeper for Ashford, will get the Saints back underway. And really unable to get much on that clearance either. But a nice dummy run, and now on the left wing, Ashford will try to build the attack. It's out for a throw. Great Falls came into the game with a 7-4 record. Ashford comes in with a 7-2-1 record, and they're 2-0 on neutral fields this season. So they've been good away from home playing teams that aren't at home. And there's a shot just over the bar, a little wide left. That's an early sign, an early indication from Ashford that their halftime talk from Coach Richard Markham probably worked. Instilled a little fear, a little motivation into this team But really in that first 45 minutes, I talked about it a little bit near the end of the first half. Just seemed like they were a little out of it, maybe unhappy to be playing in these kind of conditions. Weren't excited to have a extremely muddy, slippery, wet field for it to be as cold as it is. And Great Falls really took it to them for the majority of that first half. Let's see if the Saints can show why they're the number 5 team in the nation, though, in this second half. Nice tackle away, and now the Saints come away with it. Over on the left side, trying to move the pace, are the Saints. He's out for a throw, though, and it'll come back to Great Falls. Saints get it back, however, cleared away by Great Falls, but not out of danger. Long ball in to the area. It'll be headed by the Saints in. Now cut back. Opportunity kind of goes begging for the Saints as the Argos are able to deal with it. Well, we've had an interesting broadcast, an interesting game so far. Trying to deal with the elements. Both teams, both our broadcast team. Special thanks to our camera operator and our producer, Buzz, for really getting everything going and dealing with some circumstances, some weather, and done a nice job getting everything up and running. So you can see this Turbo Sports National NAIA Game of the Week. There's a long ball forward from Great Falls. They really did their best damage with build-up play through the midfield. The Saints were the team that was trying to counterattack and go forward that way the entire game. Now here's a breakaway, an opportunity, a shot, and it's off the side netting. Shot put in by Almeida. And now a corner kick as it was deflected for the Saints. Saints threatening here early. 41-14 left to play in the second half, rather. Another corner kick. We saw quite a few in the first half. It's going to come a little bit short. And now crossed in. Header on the back post. No, it was a shot taken, rather. And you saw the defenders for Great Falls kind of lose 2 attackers on our near post. It'd be the far post for the cross. And that was an opportunity for the Saints to level it up. But if you're a believer in momentum, which quite a few people are, who watch all different kinds of sports, momentum has clearly shifted to the Saints to start the second half. They have come out with a purpose, trying to show off why they're the number 5 team in the nation. Here comes Great Falls, however. Now a big battle at midfield. And it's won by Great Falls. And the Argos, they send in a ball, and it's just out of the reach. Streaking down the left-hand side. Number 28 for the Argos, Jordan Byland. There was a deflection, however, on that cross, and Great Falls is going to have a corner kick. Here it is, the corner. Ball sent in. It's cleared away pretty easily by the Saints. And that'll fall all the way back to Eddie Gutierrez, who will send in a long ball again, and no one going forward for Great Falls. That'll go out for a goal kick. Chris Higgins, the goalkeeper for the Saints, getting his first start. He played 23 minutes this season up to this point. And in his first start, gives up a goal pretty easily, or pretty early on, but don't know if you can put all the fault on him. Saints defenders had some issues clearing, and Degadillo for Great Falls was able to get a heck of a touch on it to open up the scoring at 1-0. 38-45 left to play in regulation. Great Falls looking for the upset. Nice bit of skill from Degadillo here on the left wing. Now it's sent into the box across, but there's no one home. I think they thought that Luis Torres was going to be there, but he was making a run toward the goal rather than toward the corner of the box. It goes out, however, for a Great Falls throw on the far sideline. Haven't really seen if the footing is any better. I can't think that it got any better. The rain is let off a bit. Still misting, however, and at halftime you could see the walls of mist just blowing across the field. Now onside, here's an opportunity for the Argos. In the corner is Torres. Sends it into the area, but it's cleared away by the Saints once again. 3 players right at the top of the box for the Argos. They were just unable, none of them were able to get on the end of it. The ball they're playing with there has turned into absolute mud. It takes about 3-4 minutes for them to really get muddied up, and it happens pretty quickly, I'll have to say. Make sure you tune in at the end of the broadcast. We'll have an interview with our man of the match. So far, it looks like we might have Degadillo, who's really had quite a few shots and quite a few good opportunities for the Argos, but that could change at the drop of a hat. But Degadillo has possession now, and we get to see some of that skill as he tries to move around the captain for the Saints. And Simon Brown. And Brown's able to win a throw on the near sideline. Here come the Saints, streaking up the left side. An opportunity as a left-footed shot is put in, and it's cleared away by the Argos. Coming out of goal was Pena. Had to get it right, and he did. Come the Saints once again. A clearance from Great Falls. Gets deflected. And now Great Falls may be able to counter. Nice sliding challenge on the left. Far sideline, and the Saints are able to retain possession. Oh, and a poor ball from the Argos and Cardoso. Was unable to get that right foot on it and it let through the Saints, and they almost had an opportunity on goal. Maybe didn't expect with Cardoso so close to it in defense. Argos back with possession, however, and as you can see right at midfield, it has just become an absolute mud patch. Every time the ball goes through there, you lose a little piece of it. Picks up that brownish hue of mud, and you have to think that once it goes through there as well, if a shot goes on goal, the keepers are going to have a hard time handling it as well. Nice challenge initially to kind of hold up the attack for the Saints. A cross is put in, and it goes wide. No one to get on the end of it for the Saints, and that'll go out for another goal kick. Now, through 10 minutes of the second half, pretty clear that the Saints are trying to put their stamp on this game. But Great Falls is holding strong. That back line of Valderrama, Gutierrez, and Mendez has been strong, strong, strong for the Argos. Player down for the Argos, it looks like Torres. Couldn't exactly see if it was on his own volition there falling, maybe losing his footing, or if he was clipped by a Saints player. Nonetheless, he's getting up, and he looks to be all right, going to walk it off. Usually when you get a knock, you put that numbing spray on whatever part of your anatomy is aching, but I don't think they need it today in 40-degree weather. Every piece he is already numb. Now, he is going to come off, and we will have a substitution for the Argos. Tyler Udine, or Udine rather, will come on. Argos to take this free kick. I can hear through my headset. I don't know if you can hear it at home, but you can hear the official talking with the Saints players. Just say, stop fouling. There's some dissent among some of the Saints players, and he says maybe if you stop fouling, you won't have to worry about it. Here's the ball sent in, and once again, unable to get a really good foot on it for the Argos there, and now the Saints look to counter. Up the right wing is Almeida. It's cleared away, and a deflection will give the throw to the Argos. 33-38 left to play in regulation. 1-0 our score. Great Falls scored in the first half. That's been the difference so far. Saints trying to clear and deal with the danger that the pressure from the Argos have been putting on. Long ball forward, headed away nicely at the back. That was Gutierrez for Great Falls. Had to get that one right, and he did. Well, he was the last man back, and I didn't know if he was going to be able to plant himself enough on this wet turf to head that one away, and he did. And now the Argos do another job, good job rather, clearing that one in the near side corner. Just trying to get the danger out of there. Cleared away by the Saints. Argos will have a throw. Right about at midfield. Well, I'd like to report that the weather has changed it some bit, but wind continues to blow about the same speed, same direction. Continues to be cold, and I don't know if you can see in your screen just the waves of mist coming across the field as the wind has just whipped that around. It was a windy night here last night. Driving around town before the game, you saw branches down, some tree limbs here and there. Elements have not been kind here in the North Dakota area. In fact, snow just a little bit south and west of here. Now we will have a stoppage as they are going to be called for time wasting. Yellow card will be issued to the Argos. Valderrama gets the card issued to him. You hear the Saints saying that they've been wasting time the entire game, and Valderrama is the one who gets carded for it. So a card issued to each side. And here is the throw from Valderrama. Now, official says, make sure you wait for my whistle. No one was ready yet, or I wasn't ready yet. And here is the whistle, and now we're back underway. Throw from Valderrama comes in and is eventually cleared by the Saints. A deflection off the Argos, and Saints throw on this near sideline. More discussion here between the officials and officials on the sideline. They will have a substitution and now get back underway. And every time a new kick comes up, you see more water kind of come up with the ball as well. This is a waterlogged, water-soaked field. This is a tackle in the corner there. Clearly a foul on the Argos, and Ashford will have a free kick, approaching a dangerous area from the far sideline, probably 45 yards away from goal, I'd say. Ball is sent in into a good area, and a foul called, an infraction in the box. Not sure exactly who they got, but some Ashford players pushing and poking and prodding there in the box, and the official dings them for it, and Great Falls will have a free kick. Half an hour to go here from Jamestown. A neutral site match for both Great Falls and the number 5 team in the NAIA in Ashford. And Great Falls has that surprising 1-0 lead. They have a chance, if they're able to hold Ashford scoreless, to go 2-0 on this weekend. They won yesterday against Jamestown, who we'll get to see tomorrow in the second game of our National Game of the Week doubleheader. Here's Ashford down the right wing. Cross comes in. It was deflected. Now it comes out all the way back to the defenders. And the Saints look to find some space, but Great Falls does a great job trying to clear the danger, or at least putting pressure on those attackers. There's a clearance from Great Falls. Will they be able to counter? No. And a shot put in. It was dipping and diving, but scooped up and pretty easy and routine for Jose Pena. And now Great Falls will look to attack as well. Cross put in. Higgins comes out of goal and is able to deal with it quite easily for the Saints. Women's team for Ashford coming back from their game. They went and played over at the high school here in town. As 2 games on this field today may have spelled the end for this field, as it is awfully chewed up just from a little less than a game so far. Corner kick for the Argos. And they will take their time to get to it. You'd think it'd be a little too early for time wasting with 28-13 left to play in the game. But the Argos have already gotten cautioned for it, and I don't think that they are in too much of a hurry to take these set pieces. Here's the ball sent in, cleared away initially, and now cleared away for good by the Saints. Might have a chance for a counterattack if up front Dreyer is able to get a nice turn, and he does. Going down the left wing, couple of Argos to defend him, but he does a great job keeping possession. Now pulled down from behind. Will there be a foul called? No, there is no foul called. Official was right there on top of it and did not think it was a foul. Saints keep possession, though. They're going to try to play down that left side. Saints let that one out for a throw to the Argos. More substitutions coming, one from each side. Coming on for the Argos is Moda. And on for the Saints is Paul Ledsham out of Liverpool, England. He has to be happy. I'm not sure if he's an Everton or a Liverpool fan. He has to be happy about how Liverpool started, though, in the Premier League. Off to a rousing start, as they say. Quite a few international players on both squads. A lot of English players on Ashford, a lot of players from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and a lot of players out of Colombia for Great Falls. Can tell that these coaches are masters of recruiting international players. That's a good thing to see from NAIA schools, that these coaches are able to get such talented players from around the world and come to play here in the States. Saints with possession. Once again, they've probably had the lion's share of possession in this second half. The Argos dominated the first, Saints dominating this half, but they really haven't had the best opportunities to score in this second half. For all the possession, we haven't seen a lot of real dangerous shots come in and trouble Jose Pena. Corner kick, however, for the Saints. Send players forward. They keep 2 defenders back, and everybody else is in the box. Sent in, it is headed toward goal, but it loops high and wide of target and out for a goal kick to the Argos. This is where you have to be a little careful if you're Pena, as one of your teammates was already carded for time wasting. You see the official kind of barking back at him that he should get going. The Saints players on the official, making sure that Pena takes this goal kick in a timely manner. And now we're back underway. And that one's just going to skip out of play for a throw. If anything, Pena is with the wind. The wind has actually let off just a little bit in the last few minutes. See the American flag down at the south side of the stadium. Started to whip around a little less, but just a little. It's still pretty windy out here. Some Jimmy's players trying to get a good look for tomorrow. Very polite, I have to say, asking if they were in the way of our broadcast position. So far, very impressed with the people in Jamestown, North Dakota. Here come the Saints now into the area, looking for a left-footed shot. Now sent wide of the goal. Was it deflected? That's the question. It was not. Be out for a goal kick. Saints again with some good possession at the edge and inside the area, but just unable to really finish. They've not tried to get that last pass. They tend to want to take the shot from distance right at the edge of the area and just have not been able to get anything good on it. Nice ball forward, and here come the Argos. Saints steal possession back. Now they'll look to move down the left side. Well defended by the Argos again, and another clearance. And we might be in the situation here with 23:10 left to play, where the Argos are just going to want to clear and start to relieve pressure. I don't think they've been really looking to move forward too much in terms of attacking. Now a cross sent in, headed away. Saints send it back in towards the far post. Will the keeper get there? He will. Pena gets there in time. A couple players streaking into the box, unable to get a touch on it. Just any redirection would have likely evened up this match. Great Falls with the 1-0 lead against the number 5 team in the nation, the Ashford Saints, out of Clinton, Iowa. Iowa versus Montana in North Dakota. Ball forward from the Saints, and that's not a horrible idea, the long ball, at this point in the game. With the field how it is, the ball has really skipped on the mud at times. It's also died too, which has really posed some problems for the defenders in this match. They have not been able to play the ball on these very untrue bounces. And every once in a while that falls to an attacker. Now on the left wing, here's Udine. Sends it over right. They're going to change the side of attack. Here's Danny Degadillo. He sends in a cross, maybe a shot, kind of a hybrid cross shot. And it goes out for a goal kick. Haven't called his name much, but he is definitely the difference. Well, we haven't called his name much in the second half, I should say, but he's been the difference in this game. More substitutions on, more players on for the Argos. 17 and 19. Andy Sandoval comes on, as well as Renan Zampieri. Say that name 5 times fast. Argos maintain possession. Nice ball into the left corner to Anthony Mota. Plays it back. Now back towards Mota, and Mota is offside. Sandoval had played him in. You hear some argument there from the Great Falls bench. They think that it was deflected in by the Saints rather than Sandoval, but nonetheless, the officials deemed that it was, and an offside call is the ruling. But off that free kick, the Argos are able to get possession back. They give it back to the Saints, however, pretty quickly. Saints had a chance there, unable to do much with it. And now here come the Argos. A lot of space down the near sideline. And here's Degadillo. He comes free with it. Degadillo into the box, off the post. And it's cleared away nicely by the Saints. Degadillo was inches away from goal number 2 that likely would have put the game away for the Argos. Came free and had an opportunity to really put the Argos in front, but just was unable to. The excitement abounds here. You can catch all that excitement on DVD. Don't forget you can purchase a video download of any contest of this fall's Game of the Week series by heading to our website, www.turbosportsgroup.com. You can make the order, and Turbo Sports will send you an email link to download the game in full for yours to keep forever. I think if you're Danny Degadillo and his family at this point, you're going to be logging on right away to get this DVD or this video download, because he has had one heck of a game for the Argos. Came free in the box and tried to sneak it near post. Higgins unable to make a stop, but that post denies Degadillo from having his second goal of the game. Degadillo with a great move there. A little touch around. That is a piece of class that you just don't see too often. Degadillo gets it back on the right wing. Sends it into the box. Comes free. Deflects. Out for a corner kick. Shot was put in that time by Sandoval. Degadillo finds him right away. Degadillo, the junior from Long Beach, California. Only listed at 5'7", but he uses all 5'7" of that frame. And you can tell the skill from the Californian. He is just someone that you have to know where he is on the field at all times in order to stop him. On the flip side of that, Javier Ramirez for the Saints, haven't seen too much of him. He's gotten a few touches, but just hasn't been able to put anything away. He came into the game with a hat trick in his last game against Bellevue just a week ago. Here's the corner being sent in by the Argos. It does fall to Degadillo. He lays it off. Not able to get much on it, though, is Sandoval as he falls and slips in the area. Just unable to get any good footing. Degadillo sends it in. The appeals for handball. Not given, and now it's cut back over the end line for a corner kick. Argos putting the pressure on it. Only 17:38 left to play. Great Falls looking for the upset. They have the 1-0 lead on the Degadillo first half goal. Be sent in by Cardoso. Sandoval tries to get back up to it, but it's cleared away by the Saints. Saints have to push, and they have to push now. That ball's out for touch and a throw to Great Falls. Pushed over there, and foul call on the Saints. Sandoval really in the mix as well as Degadillo in the second half. Some people say the best defense is a good offense, and Great Falls showing that in the last 5 to 10 minutes or so, instead of sitting back and just defending, as they had been earlier in the second half. Now they're starting to take it to the Saints. That one headed away, sent back in, but right into the arms of Chris Higgins. It is cold, cold, cold. And on the sideline, everybody bundled up in their winter jackets. Argos coming away with possession. What a great piece of skill by Mota. They still have it. Here's Sandoval. Over to Cardoso. And Argos are just content to hold on to possession here. Make the Saints have to pressure and push the game. They're doing a good job of it because it is awfully tough out there in these conditions. Negadillo still with the ball. It is finally tackled away after he eluded a couple of defenders. And now an opportunity for the Saints. A great ball down the left side, streaking. Shot maybe put in, an appeal for a penalty. Will it be given? No, but doesn't matter. We have a goal scored and an equalizer for Ashford. A good job by the official letting it play on as there had been an appeal for a penalty. But Ashford is able to score and equalize. It's 1-1 here in Jamestown. The Saints score and equalize. 1-1 our tally with 15 minutes, a quarter of an hour left to play in this contest. The Saints look to keep it going here as they earn possession away from the Argos quite quickly. Well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Mota put that one in for Ashford. And he'll be credited with the goal. Hard to tell from our broadcast angle, and you all may have seen it better from our camera angle, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. It's 1-1 with 14 minutes left to play. We are tied at the end of regulation. We'll have 2 10-minute overtime periods. Golden goal situation. First goal scored wins. If we're still tied at the end of that, we end in a tie. Great Falls having issues clearing. Not out of danger. Shot put in, it's deflected, and was he able to keep it in? He was Jose Pena, the goalkeeper for the Argos. Would have been a corner kick, but he's able to save that one. Negadillo with it on the left wing. He's shown some skill in the second half. He showed it in the first half when he scored. Had a shot off the bar as well. Now put in, but cleared away nicely, or at least calmly, I should say. That back line for the Saints. Nice job by Mikado. Argos took the throw a bit quickly and not to the liking of our official, and so they'll have to take it again. Both benches off the benches. Probably better for him. It keeps them warmer by moving around. It'd be awfully cold sitting down on those benches at this point in the game. 12:38 left to play in regulation. Now here come the Argos. Maybe a handball. They'll let it play on. Here's Sandoval. Sliding challenge from behind. And now they'll get Sandoval for some dangerous play as he had put both legs over the ball trying to hide it from the attacker, from the defender rather. Come the Saints. Here's Dreyer. And he falls over as the ball was tried to be played to him in that near side corner. 1-1 our score between Great Falls and Ashford. Well, I'd love to see both of these teams play on a dry, warmer day, because you can tell that there is quite a bit of skill on both sides of the ball. It's been a little bit more of a situation where you just kind of wait out the other team, see who makes the first mistake, and then capitalize. It's a good piece of skill from the Saints, though, to score that goal just a few minutes ago. Streaking down the left was Hiller, and he was pulled down in the box. Official let play on, and Luis Mota scored the goal for the Saints. That ball let out on the near sideline, and now the Saints with a throw. Encouragement from the benches. Oh, a left-footed shot, long shot off the top of the bar. Oh, my. Let's just try something, and sure enough, that ball just barely skims off the top of the bar. I believe Almeida put that one in. Took the left-footed shot. It was dipping and diving, and Pena didn't have a chance at that one. Almost took the lead. Did the Saints with just 10 minutes left to play. Cleared away once again by the Argos. The back line being stretched for Great Falls. Ashford trying to win it here in the dying moments of regulation. Into the corner go the Saints. Argo throw on the near sideline. Back the other way and a throw for the Saints. Argos get it back pretty quickly, though, and are looking to push. That ball has turned into a bit of a mud ball now. They're going to switch them out? Nope. We'll keep and hold on to that one as the Saints have the throw. Saints making streaks into the box. Now a shot comes in. It's deflected initially. Argos try to clear. They do. I believe a foul occurred in the box there on the clearance, and Argos will get a free kick deep in their own area. 8:37 left to play in regulation. Again, if we're tied at the end of regulation, 2 10-minute overtime periods, that golden goal format. Remember to stay tuned at the end of our match, whenever that is, either in regulation or overtime, for our Man of the Match segment. We'll grab whoever our Man of the Match is and have a little interview with them and talk to them about this weekend, about how they've played so far. Don't know who it is yet because we don't have a winner. We have a tie score, 1-1 here in Jamestown. Here come the Saints streaking down the left side. Eventually getting to it is Dreyer. Keeps it in. Now sends it into the box. Moda was thinking about a left-footed shot, then eventually took it, but it's easily into the hands of Jose Pena. Picked up some spectators over on that far sideline. Some good college NAIA soccer going on here in Jamestown, North Dakota. Throw for the Saints. Saints look to be the team on the uptick with 7:12 left to play in regulation. Pressure being put on the attacker there for the Argos. Luis Torres was trying to move forward, but just great defending from the Saints. Mikado was doing it for the Saints. Now a right-footed shot put in and a clear goal for the Saints. A breakaway and a great pass in. And the celebration is on as the Ashford Saints, quite possibly now with 6:46 left to play, may win their first game of the weekend. Jose Pena tried to come out of goal to play it, but just did not have the chance. And a great goal scored by the Saints. 2-1 our score here in Jamestown. And now the number 5 team in the nation looks to assert their dominance and show why they are the number 5 team. 2 unanswered goals, a comeback victory is in the works here for the Saints. And now they've committed some men forward, have the Argos. And the Saints may have a chance to attack on the break there. But now you see the Argos do a nice job of getting back to defend. 6:07 left to play. We'll see how many men the Argos send forward and if that leaves them vulnerable at the back. Here's Degadillo on the right. Sends in a cross. It's headed away. Last-ditch defending. Well defended by Mark Hiller, a junior from England. Well headed away. Well, that was an opportunity, and everything has really come for the Argos through Degadillo, and he had it on the end of his foot, decided to cross, and that had to be gotten right, and it was by Hiller. Great job from him. Cross sent in, headed away by the Saints. Degadillo with the left foot, doesn't get much on it. Now another shot put in on the rebound by Sliwa and goes over the bar by quite a ways. Out for a goal kick. 5:10 left to play. Saints with the lead, 2-1. Official or the Argos asking for the clock to be stopped as that ball was sent quite a ways away and there was no ball to be found. At least there's a couple on the side of goal. I think the official is coming over to tell our goalkeeper, Chris Higgins, that that's where they are and that's where you should grab them from. Stop wasting time. I didn't know there was a ball there. I didn't know there was a ball there. Classic. Classic from Higgins. And it's funny how the tables have turned for time wasting here. But good goalkeeping nonetheless. You have to say that that's what you'd want your goalkeeper to do in that situation. Argos with possession. They start to send men forward. And now losing his footing right in that one muddy spot we've talked about a few times. And now here come the Saints. Argos get it back, however. Do not take it down that left side. It was Valderrama who went to put in a cross and just absolutely lost his footing over on this left near side. Valderrama stays back from that muddy spot, sends the ball in from a ways away. Degadillo had it fall to his foot, but his first touch lets him down. Now the Saints look to try to press. Give it away pretty easily, though. And here come the Argos. 4 minutes left to play. The Ashford Saints, the number 5 team in the NAIA, lead 2-1 over the Argos of Great Falls. Crossed back in by Degadillo. Now some defenders falling. A left-footed shot and a save by Higgins. Left-footed shot by Luis Torres. Didn't get much on it again as he was slipping and sliding around. And a great save by Higgins to keep his team up 2-1. Argos get it back on that long clearance. Now it's given away cheaply to the Saints. Streaking down the right is Ramirez. Stolen away once again, however, by the Argos. And now here come the Argos. Saints get it back. They send it forward. Here's Dreyer. He's going to take it into the near side corner and wait for the Argos to come around and try to kick it away. They do kick it out for a throw, but that'll stay with the Saints. 2:52 left to play. Argos trail by 1. Well, just about 15 minutes ago or so, it looked like the Argos were on to an upset. We had a quick goal, and then we thought overtime, but the Saints were able to score 2 pretty quickly. And now lead 2-1. Argos trying to fight back. The middle of the field is just turned to absolute mud. No one able to get their footing that well. Argos keep possession, however. Here's Torres. Sends it over on the left to Valderrama. Valderrama back to the middle to Sandoval. A sliding challenge goes in. No call. And here come the Saints. Ball forward. Is he onside? No, it's cut out by the Argos. Dreyer was onside, but it was unable to get to him. So it was nicely cut out. Headed away, but right to the feet of Danny Degadillo. Tries to slot one past the defender, but is unable to. No calls yet. Argos looking for one, don't get it. Sandoval plays it in. Now to the feet of Torres. Torres! It's cleared away for a corner. Cleared away nicely by Hiller, and Mark Hiller has had one heck of a second half for the Saints. Corner opportunity, 1:20 left to play. The drama is building here in Jamestown. Corner sent in. It's sent in nicely. Headed down into the middle. No one there. Eventually the Saints get to it. Can they clear it? And they do. Just anywhere but there. Cleared away nicely. The Argos get possession back. We're under a minute, 55 seconds left to play. Long ball sent in. It does fall to Torres. Torres at the top of the area. The Saints clear the danger for now. 45 seconds. The throw comes in. Valderrama has it stolen. Pick the pocket. Here comes Javier Ramirez up the right wing. He'll hold on to possession as long as he can with 29 seconds left to play. Argos win it back, though, and this might be their last chance. Down the right, here's Degadillo. He does get possession. Defenders closing. It's deflected. Will it fall back to Degadillo with 15 left? It does initially, and then the Saints get it back. Here come the Saints, and that's going to do it from Jamestown. The Ashford University Saints will win this game 2-1 over the Argos, as they tried to make it 3-1 there right at the end, but Ashford wins 2-1 on a come-from-behind victory in the second half. What a great game. We will have the man of the match when we come back from this commercial. You are watching the National Game of the Week on Turbo Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
At nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education. Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.
Tra la la tra la tra la. Pleasure.
Back at the National Game of the Week, Ashford beating Great Falls 2-1, and I'm here with our man of the match, Daniel Dreyer, who scored the game-winning goal. Take us back to that game-winning goal. Exactly what happened? You got through on a nice ball there, and it just seemed like the defense stepped up and weren't able to play that offside trap.
Yeah, that's right. It was just a long ball, and they stand too high, and then I just ran to the goalie and put it in the net. The ball.
Talk a little bit about you guys got down 1-0 there early in the first half. What was the halftime speech? How did you guys rally around getting down 1-0 that early?
Yeah, our coach just said that we have to relax. It's just 1-0, and that we are a good team and can beat Great Falls.
How about that field out there? It was a mud bath there. I can tell from your jersey. You got some laundry to do tonight. How was the field, and how did that affect your play also?
Yeah, the last time we played on turf in Ashford, we have turf 2. And yeah, it was different. It rained all the day and days before, and it was hot. All the time we were sliding, and it was really hot.
You guys are going to come back tomorrow. You're going to play Jamestown College. They were ranked going into the season. They've dropped a little bit, but you're playing the host tomorrow. What do you do between now and tomorrow to get ready for that game?
Yeah, we relax, maybe take an ice bath, and yeah, that's it.
Sounds good. Well, we appreciate the time. Man of the match, Daniel Dreyer. Appreciate it. We'll let you get back on the bus and get out of here. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. That is our man of the match, Daniel Dreyer, and we appreciate him coming on the show. That's 2-1, our score, final score from Jamestown, North Dakota. Ashford, the number 5 team in the nation, takes down Great Falls 2-1 on a two-goal second half, come from behind victory here in Jamestown. Of course, we have our game tomorrow from Jamestown, North Dakota, and as we mentioned with Danny Dreyer there, that we will have it here at noon, local time, 1 Eastern. It'll be the Jimmies, the home host team of Jamestown College, playing that same team, Ashford University rather. Number 5 team in the nation, who are looking to sweep the weekend and get 2 victories here on what was a cold, muddy day from Jamestown, North Dakota. Well, signing off for our production crew, we appreciate it. They braved the weather, they braved the elements, and we will be back tomorrow, hopefully to be a little bit warmer in Jamestown, North Dakota for that second game. I am Pete Knutson, and we appreciate you tuning in to our broadcast of the National Match of the Week in the NAIA. Our doubleheader continues tomorrow at noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you tune in for that. And for now, we'll sign off.